When we first heard about the My RØDE Reel contest, we were all pretty excited. Most people who are familiar with us know us from either our other contest entries or from our YouTube channel, which means they are used to us doing sort of action comedy stuff like this. But with this competition, we saw an opportunity to do something different. Rode makes great microphones and accessories, so we wanted our piece to really focus on audio. And no genre tells a story with sound quite like horror. Every one of us have day jobs and have pretty busy schedules, so getting us all together for a shoot can be difficult. As such, we needed something that was going to maximize image and sound quality, while still allowing us to have a pretty quick turnaround to go from production into post. First is the camera gear. We shot our entire short on this. Actually, I'm kidding. So for camera gear, we decided to go with the Red Scarlet, but for anyone who's worked with that, they know that your choices are pretty limited. You can either edit the RAW files in, say, Adobe Premiere, or you can transcode those files to, say, Apple ProRes, which is great if you have a Red Rocket card. If you don't, that process can take quite a bit of time. Our solution was to get a Pix 240. This acted as an additional monitor and also was creating ProRes files as we recorded with the same file name as our raw R3D files. For the nightmare sequence, we decided to shoot that on a 5D because we wanted to do some lens whacking. Lens whacking is a technique where you take a lens and it's not exactly affixed to the camera and you kind of rock it back and forth to get alternating focal lengths and letting some light spill in behind the lens. Doing that with a Red can be a little bit sketchy just for the way that a lens mounts to a Red camera, so we thought it would be much faster and safer to use the 5D for that, and I'm pretty happy with the results. Yeah, that's side to side. Awesome.
Later.
With recording our location sound, I had an advantage that very few productions have, which is my sound designer and mixer, Michael Gallick, also does my location audio. Him being on set allows him to not only get super clean audio, because he's the one going to be dealing with it in post, but also gives him the opportunity to notice moments and sounds that we wouldn't have thought of that he can utilize later in either Foley or sound design. For audio recording, we had a couple of shotguns on set, one of which was a Rode NG2. We've had this shotgun mic forever. It's kind of our go-to mic and has a really nice warm sound. Then we had a lav with a wireless transmitter, but we also recently acquired a smart lav from Rode along with the Rode Invisilab system. Since my audio recorder mic was playing double duty, also portraying the monster in the short, there was a large section of it that probably normally been done MOS. Instead, I took the smart lav and utilized the Rode audio app on my iPhone, and I placed that on our actress. I was surprised how much of those sounds that we picked up actually made it into the final mix. The Smart Lav and the Rode Audio app on the iPhone proved so useful that we're even using it on these interviews. That's how we're recording all our audio. This is really handy, and for the price point, you really can't beat it. Monster movie is only as good as its monster. With this, we finally got to do something I've been wanting to do for a while, which is work with a silicone mask. Silicone masks are a full over-the-head application, but unlike latex, they adhere to the actor's face and allow movement and performance to come through. The actor can still pull it on or take it off. It's a really quick process, a little bit of makeup around the eyes and mouth, and it's good to go. We got our masks from Immortal Masks. They do amazing work, and they actually work harder to reinforce their masks, and as much as these things cost, that's really valuable. On top of that, we just did some makeup application to Mike's hand. We're only going to see one hand, I knew that, so we just used some grease makeup that you would buy at any party store. Pretty easy. It's really shiny and wet. We didn't set it because that seemed to match the mask, and as you can see, the shine of the two is actually pretty damn close. The nice thing was, at the end of the night when we were done, Mike just pulled it off and had to wash a little bit of makeup away from his eyes.
Is there someone there? I have a gun!
Hey Mike, you working on our RØDE Reel entry? No. Damn it.
When it comes to post, the edit was pretty straightforward. I edit for a living, so I plan my shoots with the cut already in mind, shooting only a little bit of safety here and there. To do this efficiently, I make sort of a hybrid storyboard/shot list that I can kind of check off as I go. It's easy to lose track of what you need or want in the heat of the moment when you're trying to make other decisions on set, so I find that list really comes in handy. For this particular shoot, we had roughly 78 separate setups that we accomplished in about an 8-hour day. Of course, as important as visuals are, our short is as much about what you can't see as what you can. We like to do a lot of post-foley work on our projects, and since I lived in the space that we actually shot in, I was able to approach some of the more practical pieces in a very logical way. Utilizing the SmartLav from Rode, I was able to record some of the simple Foley elements right inside the environment, whether it be the bathroom fan, the water running in the sink, or even our actress brushing her teeth. Even the creaky floorboard was based on an actual creaky floorboard inside of my home. So I was actually able to record that real floorboard creak, and we used that with other elements inside the short. Recording them there in the environment that they are supposed to exist in gives them a life and a depth that you can't necessarily get recording them inside of a booth or even using stock sound effects.
Cut!
So there you go. That's how we made it. That's our process, at least the way that we approach it. I hope that you enjoyed this look at what we do and that you enjoyed the short film. If you haven't watched it already, you blew it. This thing is full of spoilers. You really should have watched that first.